Hey, hi YouTube. Hi everyone. How are you? I hope you all guys are doing great. In this video, we are going to see constructors. Um, for around three videos, which will be constructor method and encapsulation. You might see that in my video, I'm not writing code. I have already written the code. The thing is, just now I recorded three videos while writing all this code and explaining to you. But when I went for the editing, I saw that audio was not getting captured properly. So that was the biggest problem. So maybe for some videos, I will just refer to the original code already that has been written. And somewhere, if I have to write code, I will just write the code. And just bear with me in at least for three videos. Okay, but still, I will explain you all the concepts with the same energy, which was at the time of recording for the first video. Okay. So let's see what actually constructor are, and also we have already created a lot of video intro, class and object specifiers, and somewhere in these videos only I have already explained you about constructors. So you can just go and just check those videos which are in the playlist, and you can find it on my channel. So let's see what actually constructors are. I've already defined it in some other video, but I want to give you much more explanation, especially the new and init part, because a lot of developers, even experienced developers, don't know about it. So first of all, let's see what actually constructors are. Constructors are a special method that called automatically when we are creating an object. We don't have to call it explicitly. In Python, there are two main methods. First is new and second is init. New is used to create the object and init is used to initialize the object. Okay, so let me just comment out this code. Okay, so initially let's suppose this we have already seen, okay, in some of other videos. Okay, so this was our class like person, and we have a init where we are passing name, age, and self will be always there because we have already seen what is self and all. Every method which is inside class, so the first parameter is self. There are some exceptions which we will be seeing in methods.py. Okay, in the methods video. So in it, and we have self, name, age, and then we are writing printing some constructor is called, and then we are setting up some values, and then we are creating a object of person with name as John and 34, and then we are printing it. So when we will run this program, then definitely this should be printed constructor is equals to called, because constructor is automatically called. Okay, whenever is object is created, the first method that is called is init. Okay, or you can say constructor. Okay, so let me just run it. Python, and this is three. Okay, so constructor called, and the object name is John and age is 34. Okay, so this is basically what a constructor is. Now, first of all, let's see the basic constructor. Okay, this is parameterized one, but let's also see a basic constructor. So this is a basic constructor. Basic constructor means we have a object and we have not created init. Okay, we have not overridden init, and we have created an object. And if I just run it, it will be giving me the address of the object that we are creating in this line. But still, it will call its init because init is automatically called whenever the object will be created. The first method that will be called in a life cycle of object is always init. Okay, here we are not defining it, so we call it as default constructor, but here we are defining it, that's why we are calling it as parameterized constructor, and also we are passing some parameters, name and age. So this is a very basic difference between default constructor and parameterized constructor. Okay, so both are kind of similar, both comes under the umbrella of constructor only. Constructor is the first method that calls in the life cycle of an object, and then we have parameterized constructor, and we have default constructor. I guess I have missed out parameterized constructor. I think this is the correct spelling. Okay, now let's see a very important part, which is init and new. Please listen for some time very carefully, because a lot of people don't know about new, even the professionals. New is always called before init. Okay, this might be surprising for you, but new is always called before init. New is basically a method. Well, just first let me prove it. Okay, so we have a demo class. Okay, Let me just clear it and let me just run it. So see, whenever, so first of all, let's see what we are doing. So we have a demo class. We have created a, we are trying to override a new method, and this method is basically accessing the class level attributes. Okay, and if you don't know about it, please look at it, the second video where we have already discussed about class level attributes and instance level attributes and what is the difference. So new access the class level attributes, so that's why we add cls. Okay, and it will take some args and quarks. We are not using it here, so it's fine. Then we are just printing inside new to show that first of all new is called, then init is called. Then this method is a bit confused, might be a bit confusing for you, but what actually super does, super is basically looks at the MRO. We will see what actually MRO is. It looks to this first, the next element in the MRO, and it gets the object of it. So what actually we are doing it, super dot new. So generally what happens is, this is how we create a class. Okay, when we write something like this, we write like this class demo, but indirectly it is like this. So it always takes it, it always extends the object. Okay, see, base class of class hierarchy, this is the base class. So we indirectly we don't write it directly, we don't write it, but indirectly it always extends from the object. So that's why super dot new class. So for now just think like it will just give an object of demo. Okay, and then it will return it, it will return the instance. And then we, in the init we are using self value print inside init and self dot value is equals to value. Okay, so if we are just creating an object. Okay, so when we are creating an object, first thing we are getting is inside a new and inside an init after all. So always whenever we will create an object, first of all new is called and then init is called. So new is basically creates the object and returns the instance. This is the actual thing. Okay, this all things happen behind the scene, wherever it is, somewhere it is defined. But just to show you, I have took that code. Okay, and init is used to initialize the object. It sets the attribute. Okay, so if someone will tell you the difference, ask you the difference, then you can tell it. The new is used to create an object, and init is used to initialize the object. Okay, let me also write it somewhere so that it can be helpful for you. So we have new and we have init. New is basically used to create an object, create create an object, and init is used to initialize the object. By initializing means it's also help to set the attributes. Okay, cool. And all this code you can find it in this repo. Okay, in the description box I have already pinned the comment, pinned this code repo link. Okay, what else? Yeah, if someone asks you about new and init, some difference between new and init, then what you can do is, what you can explain it, maybe someone can ask you why we are taking cls here as a class method, class instance, and why we are taking self. So in just in the second video I have explained you that self is for object. Okay, for referring to a particular object. In init we are taking a self parameter because new is giving, or new is creating the object. So we have to set some attributes in that object. That's why the init takes self. And why new takes in class level variable, why not it is taking self? Because at the point of new creates the object, new doesn't have an object. So how it can take self? Because self is used to play with the objects. Okay, and this new is taking a cls because it has to deal something with class level attributes. That's why it is taking cls, and it is returning an object. Then init has to play with that object. That's why it's taking self. And it's not mandatory that you have to write self. You can also write self one, it will also work similarly. Okay, just it is just a convention to use cls for to access class level attributes, a self to access self, or you can say object level attributes to play with object level attributes. Okay, so this was all about constructor. Maybe I can give you much better example, like think of building a house. Okay, new is the construction company that allocates land, builds the raw house structure, decide what kind of house you will get. It gives the object of house. Init is basically the interior designer. It takes the house and decorates it, decides how it will be set up inside. Okay, so new gets the class, which is CLS, because it needs to know what kind of house to be constructed. And in it gets the instance, which is the object. That's why we are using self, because the house is already existing, and it just needs furnishing. So that's the difference between new and init. And we have already seen the constructor. So just to again revise it, constructor is basically, you can say, a special method that is used, that is automatically called, and is whenever we are creating an object, and it is the first method which is being called in the object life cycle. It has two important methods, new and init. New is used to create the object, and init is used to initialize the object. And most of the time you will only see init, you will not see new, but it is really really important to know also what we also have new, because whenever you will learn about some patterns like singleton pattern, there we have to use new, and at that time you will be surprised or confused that something like new is also existing and I was not knowing it. So that's why I thought to include it in this lecture. So that's it about constructor. In the next video we are going to see methods, where we will be also seeing class level methods, and instance level methods, as well as static method, which is really really important. So meet you in the next video. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see all this video, please subscribe to my channel. We keep posting a lot of interesting stuffs in Python and all the coding world. Thank you. Have a great day. Meet you in the next